I think we're live on YouTube.
YouTube is now working, yeah.
We are having some tech problems. Please let me know if you can hear me.
Now Facebook is up.
I think we're live on Facebook now. We're having some tech problems. Sorry, so if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment. Let me know. Today we are talking about our garage sale deals. And
hold on, let me
we got a huge bunch of stuff to show you, and we were really excited because we got over $1,000 worth of things for, I think, around $20 or so. All right, Kathy, thank you for letting me know you could hear. Let me check YouTube. Dan, do you have majoring buffering issues? Yes, we were having a problem, Dan, and now I think we're getting it fixed. All right, Dan, we're going to answer your question while everyone is getting up here. Dan asked the question earlier. We're going to give you the short version because I think we're going to do a show on this, but since you're on there, Dan, how do you get your family on board with saving money? Well, Dan continued in that saying, you know, he's trying to get everyone on board, but he has the same problem too, getting on board saving money and staying wanting to save money. And pretty much the really short version is you have to start doing it yourself. Mike was not a tightwad before we were married, and after living with me for 20 years, he's almost tighter than I am sometimes. So you have to start practicing what you're going to preach first. The other thing is, it depends on the age of your kids, but you really have to use the word no. If your kids want brand new stuff, or if they want foods that are expensive, they can use their own money to buy those things. And if they're littler, you can just tell them, no, we're not going to be doing that now. And you have to do it in a nice way. But pretty much that's the short version. And I think Saturday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, we're going to address this a little bit more. But that gives you kind of a little bit of a heads up of
we can go into
what
more
we're doing
depth with more detail of exact things.
And Carla said your voice is not matching what you're saying. Yes, we know that we're having problems. We have only been doing this a week, so please be patient with us. We are trying to get it figured out, and we are having problems getting it figured out. But please be patient. Mom's only here until Sunday, so we wanted to get as many videos done with her live as we could before we have to do on Skype with her. So today we are talking about garage sale finds, and we have a ton here that I want to show you because we got some crazy good deals this week. And we got, let's see, I've sat and figured up, but it's about $1,000 worth of deals. So
I'm going to show this first.
So we're going to show a few here. So I went to a garage sale, and I'll show you these one by one, but Jack wanted to show you his good deal. And I got a bunch of things like home improvement things and chemicals for the garden and things like that. And the lady said, oh, did you find everything you were looking for? And I said, well, I didn't find what I came to look for, but I found a ton of other stuff. So thank you so much, because I got some really good deals for some things that I was wanting. And she said, well, what were you looking for? And I said, well, my son's birthday is in a couple of days, and I was looking for a scooter for him. For this guy right here. He was wanting a scooter. We found a scooter in the park that someone had left. It had been there 3 days, so we brought it home. And on the third day, the people were on an email news list for our neighborhood, and some people said, has anybody seen our scooter? And we said, well, yeah, we have it. So we gave it back to him, and he was very disappointed because he wanted his scooter, didn't you? Were you excited to get a scooter?
Yeah.
So I told the ladies at the garage sale, I said I was looking for a scooter for my son. And these ladies were about 70 years old. They were selling their, it was a lady selling her house. Her husband had just died. And she said, Gene says she loves your monkey top. It's one of his favorite shirts. And this lady in her 70s said, oh, me show her. Do you mean a scooter like this? And I said, well, yeah. I said, she pulled it down off her garage shelf. And she said, yeah. She said, well, I said, are you selling it? And she's, oops, let's see it. Somebody's saying our head's cut off. Let me see. And I said, there. Okay, sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know. And I said, yes, we have it. Or I said, yes, I would love to have it. How much do you want for it? And she's like, well, she said, I don't know how much. And she said, well, what do you think? And I knew the scooter was about $25 to $30. And I said, well, how about $5? Would that be good? It's in really good condition. And she said, sure, I'll take $5. So I got a $25 scooter for $5. And what do you think about scootering everywhere? Do you like scootering everywhere?
Yes.
Is it fun?
Yeah.
So Jack wanted to show you his scooter. Here, show one more time. There it is. Cool. He thinks this is pretty cool. All right, so that's one of our deals. We saved $20 at least just getting the scooter. Okay, you can go out and we'll, Mom and Nan will finish.
Okay.
Say bye.
Bye, peeps.
So that was one of our good deals. The other things that we got, so at that same garage sale, I'll show you what I got at that same garage sale. So first, I found I needed a ladle for my soap making. She gave me this for $1, and it's like $4 at Walmart. It's one of the, well, I think it's more than that. It's like probably $5 or $6. It's one of the ergonomic ones. Then I got a pair of clippers for the garden. I looked these up. They're $18. I got them for $1. Then I got 5. Can you see all of them in there? Things of caulk. We use this around the house for the windows and, you know, sealing up. Our house is new, but all the caulk keeps cracking, so I got all this. I got 5 things of caulk for $1 each, so I paid $5 instead of $36 for the caulk. So that was great. Then she had this container of Roundup, and it's about, I don't know, a third full or so, but I got it for 50 cents. So I saved myself, a new container of Roundup would have been about $10. So I got a good deal. I probably saved myself $4 worth of Roundup on here. Then, let's see, I got these 2 sprayers for the garden, and what's so funny is I bought these for Mom because she needs a sprayer for her garden. And she said, I can't believe you got that. I was just thinking how I really wish I had one of these. And I paid $1 each, and they both have chemicals still left in them. So these were was it $35? I lost my paper. Where'd my paper go? $35 for each of these. So I got them for $1 each, so I saved myself $68 on these 2. Then I got this yard sprayer, so I use this for fertilizer and like Weed Be Gone and stuff like that for the yard. Got this one for Mom for 50 cents, and I saved $12 on this. Then I got this chemical that you sprinkle in your driveways and your patio, your sidewalks and that kind of thing to keep the weeds coming up. Mom can't keep up on the weeds very well at her house, so I got this for 50 cents, and I looked it up, and it's half full, $45. I couldn't believe it, so got a good deal on this one at least, you know. Then, let's see. Now, this was all at one garage sale. That's what's so crazy. Then, they had several cans of paint that they were selling. These are totally full. And I know this can here is like $5 because I just bought some because I need to match the color. Primer, and I got some more primer. these are full. I got some, what do you call this? Grease for like doors, car doors. And I got some Goo Gone. All of these were 50 cents each. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I probably have about not quite $40, $35 or so worth of stuff that I paid $2.50 for.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but this kind of stuff, you got a really good deal on it. But check your recycling center.
Yeah.
Because I go to my recycling center and I get all this type of stuff, including the caulking and the fertilizer. I can get it for free. You know, if I just keep looking, they set out different stuff.
It's your hazardous waste recycling center.
Mhm.
We don't have one near us, so I buy most of the
But
stuff
I
at
do,
garage
so
sales.
I get it for free.
Mom gets it for free because she's right there. Then I had, I need to fix my drip irrigation for my plants. And she had all of these little connectors. Connectors for my drip. And she had all the elbows and the connectors and the end pieces. This is my best deal. I was really happy. She gave these to me for 10 cents each. And depending on which one, they're from anywhere from 60 cents to $1.60 each. So I got between $40 and $50 worth of drip irrigation for $4. I was super happy because I really need to fix this, and I was just headed to the hardware store to get this same exact thing, and I got it for free. So I was super, super excited with that garage sale. Oh, and what's even better is, can you see the shape of that box? The lady had the box, well, you're going to laugh. I can line that box with a trash bag and use it for my soap making. So I got a free mold to make my soap, too, and that's the perfect size for a tall and skinny soap mold that I was just going to pay $50 for. And, well, let me rephrase that. I wasn't going to pay $50 for it. I just wanted it, but I got it for free, and I can line it with a trash bag, put 2 bricks on the side to keep it from bowing, and I have a soap mold. So that was my deal from one garage sale. So I was just so happy when I'm trying to find things, and I'm looking at garage sale, and I find these good deals. Okay, so I'm going to address something real quick because we're getting lots of comments about, oh, Roundup is poison and We Be Gone is poison. Okay, yes it is, but here's the thing. If you use it correctly, it does nothing. It's when people are using it incorrectly that's the problem.
And Tara is not getting her information by just scanning the internet and getting information. She has actually gone to school, trained, and studied this, so she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, and that's fine. If you want to go ahead and pick your weeds, go ahead. Mom and I do not have the energy to do that. So I do spray 2 or 3 times a year. I don't go overboard. I only do what I need to. But I do use chemicals because I just physically cannot do it. And I want to have a nice garden, and I want to enjoy it. And so, I will do that. I don't really use a lot of pesticides or anything on my
strawberries and stuff.
On my food plants. But in my flower garden, I will spray my bindweed and spray the thistle and that kind of thing. So anyway. So, that's my little disclaimer. The next deal I got was from my friend Katie. So, hey Katie, if you're happen to watch this. But her parents were getting rid of their bikes. And her parents are getting older, and they had these bikes. They had bought them. And so can you see these bikes? So it's a Schwinn CrossFit. Ta-da! See it? Okay. Woo! Okay. So it's a Schwinn CrossFit, and they had 2 of them, and I looked it up, and they're $257 each, and I got them for free. And how I get this stuff for free is my neighbors know and my friends know that I'm cheap.
That you don't mind taking hand-me-downs, that you're not too...
Exactly. It does not bother me at all to take
too proud to take handouts.
Yeah, I'm not too proud to take an almost brand new bike from someone else who is going to get rid of it. People talk about being environmentally sound and worrying about the environment. This is how we recycle. We reuse things. We tell people we need things so that when I need a soap box, I make it out of a cardboard box that I already have. And so this is a great way to save the environment without, saving the environment, so to speak, or going crazy. You just do practical everyday things to save. So I got 2 of those bikes. I think it was $257 each, so almost $500 worth of bikes, or over $500 worth of bikes, I guess, for free. So I was super happy. Then I went to the thrift store, and Jack, who was just in here, he needed a new bike. He had outgrown his little bike, and I could not find one. And I happened to go to the thrift store, and you can see, let's see, can you see? Or maybe you can't see. There's the tag. Nope, you can't see the lights. $9.99. And I looked it up, and it was $127 that I got for $10 at the thrift store. Now, it wasn't half price day, so I could have gotten less. So I could have gotten it for $5 if someone wouldn't have bought it before half price day. But we weren't going to be near that store again. For $5 extra, I had been looking for a bike for about 3 or 4 months for him, and it was worth the $5 extra to go ahead and get it. So I got him a really good condition kid's bike. Everything's working. The tires were even blown off, which isn't normal. So that's our good deal for the bikes this week and from the thrift store. Superman. Okay. If my brother is watching, turn your head. But my brother is a huge Superman fan. And I'm not joking, he has the world's biggest Superman collection.
He does.
We've been watching YouTube videos and stuff of people who have the biggest Superman collection. It's nothing compared to what my brother has. But we can't get him to do a YouTube video on it. We keep trying to get him to do videos on it, but he won't. But to add to his collection, I found this Superman doll at the thrift store for $1. And it's probably at least, I could not find it, but it was probably at least $15. So I found him this for Christmas, and I paid $1 for his Christmas present, so don't tell him I paid only $1. Actually, he knows how much we paid, because we were always like, you're not going to believe how much that was. And he's like, oh man, that was $60 at the store. But we all buy him anything Superman at thrift stores or yard sales. If we see it, we'll pick it up for him, because he's just such a huge collector that we're always adding to his collection for him. Kind of like with me and gnomes. I probably have between, 50 to 70 gnomes. I haven't even counted. And so I love gnomes, so I give him Superman and they give me gnomes, and we're all happy. So those are my good deals from the thrift store this week. So we're going to have Mom tell a couple of her thrift stores, and then or her deals, and then we're going to take some of your questions and answer some of your questions. So if you have them, please start putting them up there, and we'll get to them. So,
well, I don't have quite as many, because I just had what I had in the car, because I didn't know we were going to do this video. But I found this at a garage sale. I can't remember if I paid 50 cents or $1. But I bought it for, I know, isn't it horrible? It's like the ugliest thing you ever saw. And I looked at it and I thought, that's perfect for Tara. Not to cook it, although this would be a perfect Tara pan. But to give her, she's going to use it out in the garden. She uses them for pots out in the garden for plants and that type of thing. And then I got this tote quite a while ago, so I've used it quite a bit. But I paid 99 cents for this tote at the thrift store, which I find stuff like this all the time. It's just really cute. It's got little bows here. It's got all kinds of dividers inside and that type of thing. And this is my makeup bag that I happen to have with me. I paid 45 cents for this. It was brand new, never been used. And I don't know, I think they're about $8 or so, at the store.
Oh, at least that.
Yeah. This here,
This was Mom's really good deal for the week.
I know. I picked this up right before I came at a garage sale for Jack's birthday, the 7-year-old's birthday. And I got it for $1, and we looked it up, and it was what?
$45 new and $20 used, and she paid
$1.
$1.
Although I did have to put two new AA batteries in it. And that's one thing about when you see toys and stuff at garage sales. Often they stop working because the batteries run down. And people get rid of them thinking they're broken or they just don't want to mess with changing the batteries. So you can pick up some really good things on kids' toys. If you're worried about germs, whatever, I just spray some Lysol on it.
Or rubbing alcohol.
Rubbing alcohol works really good on it, and you're good to go. So
Yeah, just spray a rag and get it down. Mom and I aren't feeling good today, so we're going to sit down here and answer your questions. Crystal says she loves the pan. Thank you. I do too. I was so excited when I saw that. I'm going to drill a hole in the bottom and put my probably petunias or something in there.
What's funny about the pan was we were moving Tara one time, and her brother found all these pots out in her yard, and he was getting ready to toss them in the trash, and she started running saying, no, no, no. He thought these old rusted bottom pans were to go in the trash, and they were her pots that she was using for her flowers. So he learned real fast, the rustier the pan, the more we keep it.
So my everyday wife life and Dan both are saying, why don't I ever find things like that? You have much better garage sales than we do in my area. So, yeah, we have lived all over. Mike and I have moved 17 times. And, yeah.
Well, part of the secret to that, whether you're going to a thrift store or garage sales, you have to do it on kind of a consistent basis. Some garage sales will find nothing, and some summers I find very little. But then the next summer, like I'll go to 2 or 3 in a row and I get something every single time. It's more just the consistency. You have to keep trying.
And some neighborhoods do have better garage sales than others. It doesn't always... Like here, I've noticed that the more expensive neighborhoods, it's either feast or famine. They either really, really like their stuff and don't want to get rid of it because they price it so
Too
high
high.
because they paid so much money for it that they don't want to sell it for nothing. Or it's the other end where they could care less, so they sell you everything for 50 cents. This stuff that I found was in the $1 Million Homes neighborhood of a garage sale where a lady was getting rid of it. So she didn't care. You know, it was her husband's stuff. He was gone. She just wanted to get out and go. Angela says neighborhood garage sales are the best. Yes.
Yes.
If you live in an area where you can get neighborhood garage sales, you can hit 30 or 40 at once.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, those are the best. And you're just cruising. And in that case, what I do is I do drive-by garage selling. And
You look to see if there's stuff that really interests you. If there's a lot of toys and you have kids, you might want to stop there. If not, mostly tools and you don't need that, then you keep going.
Depending on what I'm needing, like right after we moved, I was looking for furniture and things like that. So I would drive by and look for the furniture that I was needing. Or when it's the boys' birthday, I'll drive by and see if they have toys or that kind of thing. Or like my daughter, we were decorating her room, so I would drive by if I was looking for that. It just kind of depends. And we shop all year long.
And another thing I do too, I walk up to the garage sale and I can instantly look at the first table of pricing and think, okay, these prices are way too high, and I normally walk away because I don't have the energy to waste going.
Yeah.
And I walk away because I figure most of the prices in the wholesale, I'm not going to get a lot of good deals, so I leave.
And one tip on that, if there is an item that you think, that you just have a teensy tiny inkling, just maybe you might be interested in it, but you're not sure, pick it up.
Yes, don't walk by it.
Because I've been standing there looking at things, and I will have people come in beside me and yank it out of in front of me. I'm like, wait a minute, I was looking to buy that. And they're like, nope, I got it.
You can always put it back if you change your mind.
You can always put it back. So, let's see. Pia asked in our embroidery floss organization thing, what are yo-yos?
Oh, yo.
So we'll tell you real quick.
It's a quilting term, and it's a little tiny round circle that you pull up into a smaller round circle, and you sew these little circles together to make a comforter decoration.
So it's these little blocks, like for quilts.
Little circles.
Little circles that you put on quilts.
Of fabric, circles of fabric.
Let's see. We have, Rough Hewn Homestead, 2 types of garage sales. People either have them to make money, which are higher prices, or to get rid of stuff, which are cheaper prices. Very true. That is very true.
Now, one thing we have not mentioned, and that is you can barter. I barter all the time. And I'll go over and I'll say, what is the least you'll give me? Everything I buy, I ask that question just about. Now, if something is...
That's haggling, not bartering. Yeah.
Yeah, haggling. But if there's somebody who's maybe older and you know, I wouldn't take advantage of them. I don't like doing that. But within reason, I'll say, what's the best deal you can do? Half the time, I get everything for half price. And if you're going at the end of the day or the end of the garage sale, they sometimes will just say, give me whatever you want because I want to get rid of it. And so don't hesitate to ask. Once again, we always say ask, ask, ask.
Yeah, and let's see. My Everyday Wife Life says, Tara, do you ever have garage sales? For me, it's not worth it. Not anymore. I used to, when I would move, we would sell everything. We sold beds, we sold dressers, because I find them at yard sales so cheap, it's not worth the money for us to move them. So when I was moving around, but now, no. I do not find they're worth the time or the money myself. I can spend 2 or 3 weeks gathering everything and pricing it, and then sitting in the hot sun for 2 or 3 days, and I'll make $150. That's not worth it for me. At the moment, that's not worth it for me. Now, like when we were really desperate for money, when we were first starting out and Mike was making $6 an hour and we were paying off our debt, yes, I would do it then. So if you're really desperate for money, then do what you can. But honestly, now in Colorado, it's just not that great of a deal. So we don't.
I don't do them either, but in my mind, to help sometimes to release the stuff is I like to give to other people, like alms, I guess is what the Bible calls it, but I like to give to people in need. So instead of just giving cash money, which, I do that too, but I will give this stuff thinking I'm helping somebody else, and so it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable about giving. I don't throw it in the trash, in other words, so I can release it better because I'm not throwing it away.
Finding a Way says, are there certain times of years you get better deals? Yes and no. In the spring and fall, usually I'm in Colorado, so if you're in the south or something, then it will be different. It'll be probably February to April or May. It just depends. But in the spring and fall, there seem to be more garage sales and more variety. But if you hit the middle of the summer, people are getting sick of sitting in the sun. So they are just ready to get rid of it. So we find better deals. Well, I hate to say better deals, but there are, it just kind of depends on the time of year. So I would go ahead and just try all different times of year and just see what times work best in your part of the neighborhood. Let's see. My Everyday Wife Life says, too hot here in Florida to go garage sales. Yeah, that's the problem. We're from Kansas, and that was the problem in Kansas. But in Colorado, people stop around July and August because they're going up to the mountains and stuff. So that's why it's better there. So let's see. I believe in, is your brother's son frugal? Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. He is. He really is. He's maybe not the complete extreme that we are because this is our business. But he loves getting garage sale, good finds. He's really funny because he works at different major companies and he always asks first. He goes and asks them if he can. And if he sees somebody in the office is going to throw away a stack of scratch paper or something that they're not, and throw them away, he'll say, "Can I have those?" He's gotten a ton of computer accessories and that type of stuff because he's an IT guy, that they were just putting in the dumpster. And he says, "Just put them in my car." He hauls that out. One of the first jobs he ever had, he worked at a furniture place, and he came home one day, got the pickup. He said, "I'll be right back." They put, I think it was 5 or 6 gorgeous wooden chairs that just had a little tiny spot or chip or something on them, and brought them home to me. He worked at a carpet place one time, took the pickup, and he came home with huge rolls of brand new carpeting that since we were remodeling our house, they were the perfect size for my room. So yes, he does do the same type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. So we've lost Facebook. So if you guys, I guess it doesn't do any good to tell YouTube that, I guess. Sorry. Let's see. Let's see. So Pia in Sweden says, "We don't have garage sales, but we have sales where people gather and open the trunk of their car." Okay, that's pretty cool. I never would have thought to do that.
Aren't they called trunk sales, I think,
I don't
or
know
something?
I don't know what they would be called. Then my everyday wife says, "Where do you shop most often? Goodwill, Salvation Army, Army garage sales, or local thrift shops?"
Okay, I was thinking about this morning. I have a local thrift shop that I use all the time, and I don't go anyplace else because it sanitizes everything it puts out. I don't know how it does, but they do. I walk into there. If you walk into some places, and as much as I love doing the thrift shops, there's some things I can't quite get over, and I understand why some people don't like shopping there. There's a smell sometimes, and there's a cleanliness level to a lot of thrift shops that I don't feel comfortable with. So the thrift shop I go to, it always smells nice when I walk in there. They have the clothes neat and orderly, and and everything's semi-neat, and I like that about it. I don't find that at Goodwill. I'm not saying don't shop there, because I know a lot of people get good deals. I don't go to Goodwill or Salvation Army. Their prices are also higher than my thrift store. So you need to just kind of check around, what is best for you. I do garage sales a little bit in the spring, but I don't hit that many because, like Tara says, it's too hot in Kansas to really hit them. So and my thrift store is like 2 minutes from my house. So I can pop in there and I can scope out what they've got on sale for that day, and then go home, and in a couple days I'll scope out, and that's how I get a lot of good deals, because I go there more often.
Okay, welcome back, Facebook. I think we're back on again. Let's see. Padma says, "My kids don't like shopping with us, and now they are sitting and watching this video. Can you say hi?" Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Finding a way. Have you ever had too much stuff where your homes get cluttered?
Oh.
But because of too many deals? No. I don't. I mean,
we shift out almost as much as we bring in. We usually try to.
Yeah, I keep by my garage door, I keep a thrift store box going constantly. I have a box there that's specifically for thrift store finds.
For you to give away.
It's right next to my laundry room, so as soon as I wash a piece of clothing that the kids have outgrown, I immediately throw it in there. If I find a lamp at a yard sale that I like better than another place, as soon as I replace it, I put it back in there. I
have a certain section, and once that section gets full, then I load it in the car and take it.
Yeah.
I don't let it overflow, or try not to let it overflow, and that type of thing.
Yeah. And usually about once a month, this sounds awful, but my entire back of my van will be full. But I just keep it going out. I mean, kids' toys that they don't end up wanting, kids' clothes, and we have 7 people in our family. And
we might mention on kids' toys, what we like to do is be like a few weeks before Christmas, a few weeks before their birthday, we go through their toy stuff. And we get rid of stuff they're not playing with anymore, that's broken, that they just don't, really like. And we get rid of as much as we can. That way, when their birthday rolls around or Christmas rolls around, we've got clear, empty space, kind of. Not totally empty, but you know what I mean.
And, so 2 weeks or 3 weeks before their birthday, I'll go and shovel out their room. And we don't really, it's funny because we really don't buy our kids that much. When I have seen neighbors and stuff and friends, I just about had a heart attack because I guess grandparents just shove stuff on them. And my kids only really have mom for a grandparent and then my grandparents for great-grandparents. But my grandma and grandpa give them money for their birthday, so they really only get gifts from mom. Mike's parents are not in our lives, and so they don't do anything. So we don't really have a lot of overload because we don't have a lot of family. So if you do have a lot of family, you might suggest instead of toys, if they have an overload, something like a zoo pass or a pool pass or something like that the kids can do all year long, and then send pictures of you doing this thing to the grandparents or whoever. And that doesn't have to be their only thing. But I do know grandparents that will spend hundreds of dollars on their grandkids. And that would be a good way for not to have
failure. Oh,
no, you're not a failure, believe me. Let's see. Sue, I keep getting the wrong time for the live chat. So we try to be on at noon Mountain Time, Monday through Friday, and 6 p.m. on Saturday. But we keep having technical problems because we've only been doing this a week. So I know, guys, you keep saying we're having problems with the sound. We can't get it to match up, and we're trying to figure out how to get it to match up. So
equipment
sorry.
And stuff to do it better.
Yeah, so we're trying to get that fixed, and I'm sorry, but we want to keep going because everyone seems to really be enjoying the information that we're giving. So, let's see. We don't have many thrift stores in our area. I wish there were more. We are chained to Goodwill and the like. Roughview and Homestead said, yeah, sometimes we lived out in
no man's land.
Timbuktu, Idaho, in a little tiny town called Nez Perce, Idaho, and we didn't have any thrift stores, nothing. And garage sales were nil too. So, you just kind of got to make do with what you can.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can. When we come back to visit my grandparents in Colorado, we would go to several thrift stores and that kind of thing.
Stock up
on
our thrift store.
At the time, I had 2 babies, so I would buy 2 or 3 sizes of clothes for them if I didn't think I was going to be coming back or something. Let's see. Yes, Pia, we'll put the time that we're live on there, on the website. Let's see. Does anybody else have any questions about thrift stores? I know we cut out in Facebook, so Facebook, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Pretty much the trick to doing yard sales and thrift stores is always keep looking.
Yeah.
We're fortunate now in Colorado that we have some really good thrift stores, but I used to live in a place where we didn't have any thrift stores, and you just kind of have to keep consistently with what you have looking.
And to make it not so time consuming, a lot of people say, well, it takes so much time, that type of thing. I don't go to a thrift store if it's got signs that says it's like 25 blocks away. Yeah. If I'm driving by, I will pop in and do it. And I find enough just doing that.
Yeah, and the thrift store that I like currently is 25 miles away from me. So I only hit it when I'm headed to town for something. So once a week, every 2 weeks or something like that. I do drive-by thrift storing. But, like my soap molds and stuff for all of my soaps that I make, my handmade soaps, I've gotten a ton of molds I probably have probably $1,000 easy worth of molds that I've paid maybe $10 for, maybe not even that much, $10 between Mom and I being able to find them. And so when we have things that we're looking like that specifically, like I was looking for soap molds, I'll just run into that section real quick if I'm specifically looking that day and see what they have, grab it and get out if I need to. I don't do a long 4-hour shopping trip. Now, when I'm replacing all of my clothes, then I'll spend an hour or two trying them on and all that kind of thing. But a lot of times I just run in and look for the boys' pair of pants that they need or whatever, and don't make it a huge, long thing.
And Tara and I have a thing where, since I'm in Kansas, what I do is I take my camera and take a picture or show her and say, okay, do you want this? If I find something that I know she could maybe use. So if you've got somebody you can do, back and forth with, that helps a little bit too, because you've gotten some good deals by me doing that.
Yeah. So I believe in, so some people say their house is decorated contemporary or country. Mine is decorated yard sale. Me too. That's pretty good. Let's see. Pia's loving our broadcast. Thank you, guys. We're glad you're enjoying them.
We need the encouragement.
Yeah.
So.
We need encouragement to keep going. Rough Hewn Homestead, do you keep a certain amount in an envelope or something? I don't really. If you're on a specific budget, like a cash budget like that, you can. But what I do is I just know how much I need to spend. We
don't buy stuff that we don't really totally need. If she's going to the store, it's like because her son needs a bigger size pants. Yeah. So he needs the pants, so there's no use keeping it in an envelope. Yeah. And plus we get it for so little. I mean, it's just 50 cents. It's you really don't need to. It's not like buying huge ticket items.
Yeah. So no, I don't. But let's see.
What's this?
Christina says, "Oh, what's the best thrift stores y'all have found?" Well, it just depends. I have found across the board, Goodwill is not good.
No.
I have not been to a Goodwill store that I have liked in
Salvation Army they're very expensive. Mm-hmm. They're much more than what I pay for things. And consignment shops, I wouldn't go near a consignment shop because I can get the same name brand things that they sell for like a tenth of the price at a thrift store. Yeah, and so we have found that the AmVets stores are pretty good. DAV stores are pretty good. Habitat restores are hit or miss. Right now in Colorado they're good. Kansas they weren't. And we live in Colorado now with ARC. ARC. The ARC stores are pretty good. And if you go on Saturday they have 50%. Let's see. Cece said, I recently lost everything and had no furniture, and I found 2 bed recliners and a wooden desk for $120. There are deals out there, but sometimes it takes work. Exactly. It does take work. But I cannot work because of my illness. I'm sick. And now we have 5 kids. So this is a way we can have a very comfortable lifestyle without spending the money. Like this garage sale deals that I showed you earlier, I had over $1,000 worth of things that literally took me about 10 minutes worth of work, and I saved $1,000. That would be 2 weeks worth of work for the average family. That's 2 weeks Mike didn't have to work. So, it's not a lot of hard work. You just need to be consistent at it. Someone asked, what's our best deal that we've ever gotten at thrift store?
Oh,
it's so hard because, I don't know. Yeah, we get so many that it's just, it's like even the outfit that I have on today, it cost me 99 cents for my jeans, my top, and everything was 99 cents, and even my earrings I got for free. So, it's just hard to say because we get so many good things.
Yeah. And someone said in her neighborhood, Angela said, we have 3 different Facebook groups dedicated to buying and selling. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We are on that here in our town, in our neighborhood, and Craigslist and Free Cycle. Those are all really good places if you don't have thrift stores.
And I was going to say, the person that said they didn't have thrift stores or garage sales, to do your neighbor, put the word out and see if you can get people who will exchange children's clothes, toys, and that type of thing.
Yeah, and let me see here. Need to get some people blocked. Sorry about this. There. Okay, guys, I got them blocked. Thank you. Do we ever look at your comments? Yes, we do. We're reading them as fast as we can.
And even afterwards, we read and try to answer more. Yeah. And then we're picking out ones that we think you'd be interested to see later on in a full video,
so,
too.
Christine, if you have a specific question, put it in there, and I'll try and get it.
We try to answer. We look at all of them.
Cheryl says, I have good luck with Walmart. Yeah, you can find really good clearance sales at regular stores, and that is fine if that's the way that you're able to find the deals.
Yesterday, I went to Walmart, and I have teenage granddaughters, and they had all kinds of different colors of polish for 50 cents. You know, that would have been perfect for me to get for stocking stuffers for the girls and that type of thing. So you can find things at Walmart and even like other Kohl's and different places like that. So
yeah, they have really good clearance racks and that kind of thing. And what we do is, as we're find these deals across or over the whole year. Sorry, I'm having a hard time thinking. We'll save them in a box for Christmas gifts. So we shop all year long for Christmas gifts, so that when Christmas comes, we're not stuck with a huge Christmas bill trying to pay for all these gifts. We can get good deals all year long. We can find, like for the ladies, we find unopened bubble bath, unopened bath supplies, bath bombs, that kind of thing, toys for the kids, and that kind of thing. So, yeah. All right, so does anybody else have any comments? Cheryl says, my daughter got a beautiful sweater on clearance for $3. Yeah, and we also buy the next year up. So, like, starting in a couple of weeks, Walmart and Kohl's and them are going to be putting their summer clothes on clearance, and I'll get my kids' clothes for the next year if I find something, because I can't find everything at thrift stores, although I do find 90% of it. And just so to put it in perspective, literally 99% of the things we buy that aren't food or cosmetics, we buy at thrift stores and garage sales. And even cosmetic, Mom finds really good deals at her thrift store of Mary Kay samples and Mary Kay bottles that are unopened that people have gotten rid of. And so we really do buy about 99% of our things used instead of new, and we're able to save thousands and thousands of dollars.
I haven't even been to a mall for 30 years now at this point. I go to Walmart, but that's about it. So.
Yeah. Let me check and see if there's any more comments here on YouTube real quick. And oops, sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing here.
We're trying to do 3 or 4 things at the same time.
Yeah, we're trying to get
with
this,
no brain function.
Yeah, I bought lots of camping equipment for really good deals. I just bought a 12-man tent for $5. And I looked it up, and it was like $350. That I really liked. Let's see. Yeah, you can get stuff at the grocery store on clearance also.
Oh, yeah.
Angela put that tip on there. She found a Coleman cap stove for $15 from $90. So, yeah, you can get some really good deals.
Another thing we haven't talked about is seasonal stuff. You know, I go like after Christmas, my kitchen I can use red in my kitchen. So one year I got red throw rugs for like $1 because in January they're really wanting to get rid of the Christmas stuff. And you can buy, like the air fresheners, the Christmas air fresheners, all kinds of stuff off season. If you have pastels in your kitchen, go after Easter and you can find all kinds of hand towels and different kitchen stuff. So do the seasonal stuff at these stores, and you can get lots. You can go in the fall, and if your kitchen or house is in oranges and fall colors, then you can get a lot of good deals in.
Sue asks, what about the Dollar Tree? Well, we could do a whole video on Dollar Tree. So we have a love-hate relationship with Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree's okay, but
and we do go there.
Yeah, and we do shop there. But I have found all of their kids' toys are junk and they break, so I don't buy that anymore. I will buy if I need a specific container for organizing. That's worth it. They have a lot of really cool organizing containers. So I will buy, an organizing... Oh, sorry. I keep thinking I'm going to sneeze. I will buy an organizing container if it's specific, like I needed new silverware drawers containers. And so I did buy those. It was $3.
The Dollar Tree.
Yeah, but it was $3 for 3 of them, I should say. Sorry. But stuff like shampoo and that, it's more expensive than just buying it at Walmart. You have to watch
their prices.
Yeah.
A lot of the candies and those things.
Yeah.
Another thing is people get hooked on their containers really bad, where you could use like a Velveeta box, spray painted a certain color, and use that as a really good container, or a 8 cartons I use to put my earrings in. I buy very few containers because I find the stuff, there goes our recycling again, you know. But I will see people that say, this is what my pet peeve is. People say, oh, I can do this from the dollar store and organize my whole closet. And I've counted these people have 50 plastic shoe boxes they bought at the dollar store. That's $50 they've spent. Mm-hmm. So this is what you've got to be careful at the dollar store, that you can spend a lot of money there when you go in for 1 or 2 items and you come out with $10 or $15. That's not being frugal. You've got to be really careful on overspending.
Yeah, and let's see, who I believe in says, I'm going to make your candy wreath this year.
Oh,
check out our YouTube.
You'll have fun with that, yeah.
Check out our YouTube video, Christmas Candy Wreath. It's a really good, inexpensive Christmas present. Angela says, I use my after Halloween chocolate for Christmas baking. Yes, we do that also. We'll go clearance after Halloween.
After Easter.
Yeah, I buy Halloween candy for Christmas stockings, buy Christmas candy for Valentine's Day, Valentine's candy for Easter, and my kids don't know any different.
They don't think anything about it.
Yeah, because I buy the candy that doesn't have the specific holiday wrappers on it. Yeah, so...
I buy it with the wrappers. They still love it from Nan, so...
Yeah, Cheryl says Dollar Tree is great for some things, containers, baskets. Yes, I like them for the containers and baskets if, I need a few, but I don't...
Just don't go overboard.
Yeah, and I don't really shop there a whole lot anymore because stuff just falls apart and you're wasting your money. And so, a few things like dry erase markers are okay and that kind of thing. So, let's see. Okay. Yeah, Angela, the only way to go is to pay after Christmas. Yeah, and Mom has, check out our 2-ingredient fudge recipe on YouTube and on our livingonadime.com, our 2-ingredient fudge. You can, instead of chocolate chips, use after Christmas or whatever holiday, chocolate for that instead of chocolate chips.
We touch that on the website a lot. We mention
what
to do with that.
Rough Hume Homestead says, Dollar Tree can easily become the $100 tree if you aren't careful.
Yes.
That is true. So, okay, so I think that's it. I hope that you will join us back tomorrow. Mom's only here 2 more days, live in person, and then it's going to be Skype probably. If you have any questions, please write them down. We'll be here at noon tomorrow, Friday, at Mountain Time, and 6 p.m. on Saturday. I'm doing a quilt show for selling my soap, so hopefully I'll be done in time to run back here and get it done, and I won't be too dead. It might be Mike and Mom. All right, I think that's it. So you guys have a good day, and come back and see us tomorrow. Don't forget to visit livingonadime.com, and please subscribe. We really appreciate your support.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.